Nice. What are we waiting for? Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Well, what I constantly try to do as a director is to up the ante each time out. And the object of this car chase was to make it very violent and put the audience where they really, you're not allowed to go. Once we created this animatic, it was then we had many meetings with stunts, special effects, visual effects, of how we were going to achieve this.
You want to do everything real all the time, especially for somebody like Michael, who's very photographically, obviously his films are very graphic and the photography is just so.
What I want to make it feel real is you got to pull farther back because the Haitians have been firing, okay?
He wants everything to be as realistic as humanly possible, so that's the driving force behind it. And the idea is that you take advantage of what the stunt guys can do best, and then that one little extra degree that you would have to tuck back to be extra safe, that's where we can help and not look like we helped. And that was the whole idea. It's not to look and take over the frame and say, well, you know, because as soon as you believe everything is fake, then it loses all its impact. It's not dangerous anymore. You know, you almost become who cares. It becomes too much stuff. But if you believe, if your eye tells you that that is absolutely 100% real, it makes it that much scarier, that makes it that much more exciting than having 1,000 CG cars and doing impossible flips and spins and all that stuff. It's like you're actually seeing the real thing, and there's something so dynamic about watching a real event take place that all the CG work in the world can't really duplicate the nuances that you can never expect to see on camera. You'd have to direct them specifically, frame for frame, what it does, and you have a guy drive into a car at 70 miles an hour, it's going to do shit. You have no idea what's going to happen, and it looks great. I mean, it looks real. It is real. And a lot of the shots are actually all 100% real. There's nothing synthetic about them.
It's much easier to do it all visual effect, but that's not my style to make it easy. My style is to make it very complicated, but it makes it more real.
So it motivated us to kind of come up with a way of using real stuff, real stunt guys, real tumbling cars, all that sort of stuff, and use sort of a magician's sleight of hand of you would pick the most outlandish thing that would have to have been a trick and make that not the trick, make that actually real life.
There was no option to damage this Ferrari. And the sleight of hand comes in by putting a digital Ferrari that kind of goes away, and that was the trick.
The steps for creating a CG Ferrari is copying the actual real Ferrari and taking loads of pictures and things to really capture like how it reflects light and how much light it absorbs and all that sort of stuff. And then you do little pieces where we have to actually make suspension that works, because part of the thing that makes it look real is the fact that as you move and shift your weight, the springs of the car and the suspension have to move accordingly the way you believe a real car would be.